What up, what up, what up? Greetings and salutations. I go by the name of Trey, aka TreyPZ.com, at Hip Hop Snack on Instagram, and you are locked in and listening to the Hustler's Mentality Podcast, giving you everything you need to prosper mentally, physically, and financially. And speaking of financially, I have teamed up with GenerationalWealthUniversity.com, a community that discusses generational wealth, stock options, investing, business strategies, social media marketing, reselling tips, resources, and much more. So if you're trying to take advantage of growing your wallet and wealth, not only for you, but your family and your future, then get over to GenerationalWealthUniversity.com and let's build wealth brick by brick. Now, with that being said, we're talking cash today, and we're talking digital cash today, cryptocurrency. And I want to introduce you all to Sarah from the Crypto Click. She's online and with me today, and we're going to talk a lot of cash today, a lot of digital cash. And I'm really excited of having you on as I came across your feed. I love your presentation of your whole cryptocurrency involving women with crypto and the conversations you are having online on Instagram at the Crypto Click. So welcome, Sarah. Thank you for taking the time out, and I really appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you for inviting me to come speak on this topic. I feel like it's a little taboo, especially by the media and, by Wall Street. But I think conversations like this are really going to help open the door and help bring cryptocurrency a little more mainstream, bring it from the tech industry on into the rest of the non-tech industries out there.
This episode is being brought to you by the Ninjagram app over at www.ninjagram.app. This Instagram software will help you automate your Instagram and grow your following fast by using their auto follow, auto unfollow, auto comment, auto like, and auto story view feature, and much more. Get to Ninjagram at www.ninjagram.app today to purchase and download the Ninjagram app and start growing your Instagram following fast today. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you have to build confidence. Money rules the world, sadly. And so I came across your feed, the Crypto Click, and I like what you have going on. It definitely targets women. I don't know if it's the pink or if it's the glitter.
You're correct. Women are my target audience. And, naturally, in my mind, women are starting to catch up, especially in entrepreneurship and with managing their finance. But I feel like with millennials and Gen Z, women are really taking a role, and women are really stepping up to, managing their own money and investing and making money decisions. So I wanted to kind of, advertise, especially to women, that way as cryptocurrency becomes more mainstream, women can get on this wealth early and help build their own wealth.
I find it interesting that they're just soaking up the game. Whether they're executing or planning to execute is key. But I love that you're targeting women because women always have and always will spend money. And so I think that, like you said, I tend to use the reference of the bus stop. Like, I'm at the bus stop and I'm not going to miss this bus. So you don't want to actually, you're trying to share information about cryptocurrency and possibly the risk of getting involved and putting opportunity in women's face and women's hands so that they can capitalize on this possible bus that they either may catch or may miss.
It's not a passing bus. The Greyhound's going to keep coming to the station. Women just, if they want to build their wealth now, I feel like they need to get in on buying cryptocurrency and investing in cryptocurrency now. The early 90s, anyone who hopped on the internet and the Amazon stock bandwagon, they're now sitting fat in their investment accounts. But, and this is the same situation we're seeing with cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So do you remember the first day you got involved in crypto, or how was you feeling? Was you nervous? Were you scared? Can you bring me back to that?
I was very nervous, actually. I talked about it to a couple of people and bounced an idea off of someone who I knew that was in the tech sector. He does stuff with kind of like cybersecurity. And then I also bounced some ideas and got some feedback from one or two people who I knew that had already owned cryptocurrency, especially Ripple. And, one was a skeptic, two said, yeah, you got to get in on this. This is the way of the future. So, I downloaded Coinbase Pro and I checked that out. I heard that was a real good exchange for beginners to work with. Trey Peasy, when I transferred that $2,000 into that Coinbase Pro account, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't sure if I was going to get that money back or not. I legit said a prayer. I was like, God, please guide this money. If this is a fail, please show me the lessons, teach me what I need to know, oversee this investment. And I went with it.
So you was nervous at first. You knew you was taking a risk. You needed God's guidance to make you feel comfortable. And then when did you wake up and was like, man, this is booming? Like, I think I did okay.
A month later, after I, had dabbled and bought a few currencies and then sold them, when the combination of selling a few currencies and then my portfolio, my currency appreciation, when I was up $1,300 a month later, I thought, ooh, I'm onto something. Like, this is the way to go.
Are you regretting that you sold that stuff now?
I sold a little bit of Bitcoin.
Okay.
And yeah, I regret it. And I didn't sell all my Bitcoin.
Okay, good.
Okay, but good. I definitely regret it.
Okay.
But I don't regret all of it because what I sold, I've reinvested.
Right.
So
that's beautiful to hear. I have a friend of mine that did the same thing. I think he put like $100 in Bitcoin. I want to say like 9 years ago, and then he made maybe 200 or doubled it or tripled it, and then kind of pulled out. And he told me last week, like, he can't believe that it got to $50,000, in appreciation, and he like missed the bus. So now he's like learned a lesson and like actually taken, I think 10% of his check is what he told me, and he's investing it in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin primarily, and just gonna let it build. You know what I mean? So how do you feel about individuals taking that advice or either putting themselves in that type of situation?
I would agree.
I mean, you're the crypto clique, so of course.
What do you expect me to say? Like, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the way to go. I mean, I split up a little bit of my money in between, long-term holds and then short-term, investments and kind of like swing trading, day trading type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the stock market, it's going to give you those guaranteed returns over time. But if you're looking for a little bit higher returns and you're okay with waiting out the volatility of the market, as it's relatively new, yeah, I think dedicating a certain percentage it's going to be the best investment you'll make besides an investment in yourself,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to ask that question, even though I knew the answer, but I wanted you to say it just because that's what we're here for. And, I mean, I guess I'm asking dumb questions because I'm assuming people, I don't know. I don't think any question is dumb, but I'm assuming that people are either going to hear this for the first time or either be interested into crypto for the first time or maybe been around. So why should people invest their money into a volatile currency, as you just admitted? And why should people invest in crypto, being that it's deregulated, being that it's not insured as much as the FDIC and the bank, and the SEC controls the stock market? Why should people risk into this digital currency? I have my own opinion, but I want to hear yours.
Well, in the case of Bitcoin, especially, it's a scarce asset. I think the statistic is that there's 24 million millionaires in the world, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be mined. So, as the Fed authorizes the U.S. Treasury to keep printing dollars, in the coming years, we're going to see inflation. And cryptocurrency is a good hedge against inflation. So from a scarcity mindset, the value of Bitcoin and Ethereum and those other cryptocurrencies is just going to keep going up and up and up. And depending on the supply of each of the particular cryptocurrencies, there's a limited supply. It's a limited resource.
That increases the whole value. I mean, it's no difference
Yeah.
than the LeBron rookie card or the Jordan rookie card.
Yes.
It's
And
same
now
situation.
that we're seeing Tesla, buying $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, Twitter just announced that they are trying to sell some more stocks to,
invest in the
they
Bitcoin.
haven't announced what they're going to do with it, but there's speculation that Twitter's adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. We're seeing Fortune 500 companies accept Bitcoin as payment. We're seeing, all these companies move towards the future
currency
payment.
towards the currency. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
100%
they're using
right.
it as a hedge too.
I think Square did it last week too. I think over time, when you have these big players investing into this digital currency, that the government is kind of like scared of its involvement and kind of like trying to separate themselves from that. I think you're building that confidence into individuals like myself who's curious or dabbling in it, or people that are just putting a toe in the pool. You know what I mean? Like just not really ready to get their whole foot wet. But if these big players are actually risking big cash into this crypto, then maybe not. I'm a firm believer everybody's not always right and everybody's not always wrong either. So you just got to kind of fill it out and see what's best for you. I've seen CNBC report that the U.S. digital dollar is up for consideration now. And I think once we have bigger players like Keller Williams or Bank of America or Wells, Chase, Brookshire, these real estate monsters, soon as they accept the digital coin or the crypto coin, it's a wrap. And it's like, sadly, it scares me because all this little cash in my wallet may not be worth nothing one day. And that's scary. And that's like worst case scenario. We wake up overnight and, God forbid our government allows that to happen. But I think they're noticing this trend that is not going anywhere. So now they're talking the US dollar. They're talking some US digital coin to kind of get into play because they're not in the game. But
Right.
the Walmarts are in the game. The PayPals are in the game. Like you said, these major monster retailers are in the game. I don't think Amazon is accepting digital coin yet, but that will be a monster one that once they start doing this, pretty soon you'll probably be able to, like you said, buy a Tesla with your crypto coin.
You actually can do that now.
They did?
Yep. Elon has announced you can buy your Tesla with Bitcoin.
That's why I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you your perspective. I have a feeling that we're headed to this path, and there's no way it's going to end or turn back. So this is another good one. When will your Bitcoin be at 250,000 or your $1 million a coin? Sooner or later?
That's honestly, I say within the next 2 to 5 years. I'd say more along like maybe 3.5, 4 years. But all of the trading charts, the projections are that we'll see 100,000 by the end of the year. So, I mean, who knows? But with Visa and MasterCard getting in the game now, and credit cards that accept Bitcoin payments and that give rewards in Bitcoin, that I feel like Wall Street might be a little behind the curve, but they're realizing, and especially the banking industry, like the banking industry is realizing we're going to be out of business if we don't find a way to pivot and get behind and get on this technology. Cryptocurrency, it cuts out the banks. It's all peer-to-peer decentralized, you can literally buy a home. You can put up your cryptocurrency and
you can buy you easily you can withdraw your Bitcoin and convert it into cash and buy your house. But what I'm saying is like right now you have to wire some money, it got to be US dollars from your account to the bank that you're getting your loan or buying your house from. But I'm talking about when these major loan depots and these loan loan companies starting taking it like 100%. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Another thing that is interesting, I saw your post last week about investing into digital coin or crypto coin on these Robin Hoods, these Webull, these applications that allow you to purchase a fraction or a full Bitcoin, but you really don't own 100% of it because you don't have the crypto key. Can you please speak on that?
I mean, but that's what I do. What I do. That's why I put it out there on Instagram, because I don't want anybody else to make those same mistakes. But basically, what Robinhood does is they take you can trade dollars against the value of Bitcoin. So you buy your Bitcoin, the price goes up, you cash out and sell, they're paying you back in dollars, but you can't take your Bitcoin and move it off of Robinhood's platform because they don't give you what's called the keys to move the Bitcoin from their platform onto an external wallet, or to move it over to Coinbase or to Gemini or any of the other exchanges. So, they sell you what you think is Bitcoin to anyone who doesn't know the ins and outs of crypto. They're just freaking fooling the masses, Tripezi. It is ridiculous.
You're right, man. I mean, your analogy was perfect. It's like buying a car at the dealership and owning the car, but not being able to drive it because you don't have the key.
You can take it around the parking lot a couple times, and you can, do some wheelies on the test track, but you got to bring it back here and park it. Like, it does not get to go home with you.
No, you don't. And I think that perspective blew my mind. And it's good to play in that space and maybe, sell and buy real quick, but you'll never really own it. The Robinhood owns it. The Webull owns it. They have the key. And even then, we will never know if they even have it. So
no, see, Robinhood owns it. And let me tell you what they're doing. To anybody who doesn't know the kind of the business behind it, if you buy your Bitcoin or any of the other currencies, you can do what's called staking, and you can stake your coins, which is essentially you're lending it out back to the exchanges or who you bought it from, and they're paying you interest back in that coin. So you can buy half a Bitcoin, and as long as you don't want to take it off the platform and move it into your own private wallet, you're earning more Bitcoin on top of that Bitcoin you bought, which, you're earning Bitcoin now at 50,000, when in next year that Bitcoin's going to be worth 100 grand. So really, it's way better than putting your money in the stock market right now, in my opinion. But what Robinhood's doing is they're taking your money and they're making themselves money off of your money and giving you breadcrumbs, and they're taking the whole meatloaf.
Man, I'm glad you shared that. Continue doing that. I think what you have going on over at the Crypto Click on Instagram is genius. It's girl power, girl unite. It's glitter and glam. It's pink.
Tell your daughter to check out my page.
Hey, I will. That's why I put my pink little Jordan hoodie on today, just to show you. I mean, real men wear pink. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Amazing content that she's sharing on her Instagram. Make sure you give her a follow. I got a couple more questions. Cool. Crypto tokens and currencies that you should consider right now.
Definitely Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Yes, they have the second highest market cap right now in the crypto space.
Okay.
So yeah, Ethereum's a good one.
And it's affordable. It's not $50,000.
Right. Yep. It's just like, Bitcoin. You can buy a fraction of an Ethereum, but the full price is only $1,500 right now, which, to some people, that's still a hefty amount of money. That's a salary.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Or a weekly paycheck, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's enough. If you have a 200, 300, maybe you might want to throw it at it. If you got 1,500, you want to just get you one, and that 1,500 may turn into 3,000 by the end of the year, then there you go. So, I mean, I wanted to hear what you thought about the other cryptos, because I'm a firm believer that everyone has to have a competitor, and that's the only way you kind of level the playing field. That's the check and the balance of business. When I think, I mean, it is. So when I think of Coke, I think of Pepsi. When I think of Red Bull, I think of Monster. In those spaces, I think when you hear about the Tesla got to have a competitor, whether that's Lucid, whether that's Neo, just as in crypto. So I think it's definitely good to look at other cryptocurrencies if you're interested. Yeah, Bitcoin is the master and king right now. But
Yeah.
as it gets kind of further to the moon, individuals will want to kind of like see who shuttles are still available to hop on here on
Yes,
planet Earth. Would you not agree?
I would definitely agree.
What does the future hold for your platform? Where you see yourself?
Ideally, my vision is I definitely want to create a course, like a beginner's course to getting in and investing and even, doing a little bit of day trading. I would love to expand it maybe to like kind of a communications, I don't think I want to do the podcast route,
Mhm.
but kind of a media outlet for, for new crypto businesses and, coins and stuff to be able to interview businesses and to sell ad space. And I definitely want to spotlight other women, so
Dope,
to really hone in on that, on a community more so, and spotlight other ladies and to bring other key players to the field.
dope. Hats off. Glad I got you on here. And I think I'm gonna call these quick 5 questions.
Okay.
And you can go on or you could just answer them real quick. So with crypto being the topic, what is your greatest regret? I don't know if you might have answered that earlier.
Yeah, I think we touched on that one. I have two regrets actually. First one is selling a little bit of my Bitcoin once it hit like 35,000,
Mhm.
and then the second regret is not making the leap sooner.
Okay.
It's just waiting.
Okay.
Shouldn't have done that.
Second question. Who would you most likely want to sit next to on a 10-hour flight?
Mark Cuban.
Word up. Yes. Yes.
Mark. You know what? Even Jay-Z, because he's a businessman now. So any of the, I think either of the two of them, Jay-Z or Mark Cuban, definitely.
Okay. Third question. What's something that you've never been able to do well?
Sing. I can't
Sing.
sing at all.
Sing. So you're a music head, I can tell. What's the weirdest tradition your family has?
I don't think we have any.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like we're not entirely normal, but
What family is? No, that's
yeah,
cool.
I don't think we have any, Trey.
Okay, cool. And if you could jump into a pool of something, what would it be?
Right now, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
It might not be a soft landing,
I
but
Hey man, hey, you hit the nail on the head. I was hoping you was gonna say something in crypto, something in cryptocurrency. Hey, for sure, Sarah from the Crypto Click is here. I want to thank you so much for coming on and taking the time out, have a brief discussion. Hopefully, it was good for you as much as it was for me. I hope the listeners enjoy, and I hope they take some of this game that you've been giving out, and I hope they also follow you on Instagram at the Crypto Click. Any last minute shout outs or any other information you want to leave us with?
no, thank you for having me, Trey Peasy.
Yes,
And
yes.
just to everybody listening, don't be scared to make the leap. Like you will not regret it.
Word up. That's
Yeah.
that's great advice. Always invest in yourself, especially if you're trying to get ahead for real. This is
Yep.
the Hustlers Mentality Podcast with TreyPeasy.com. I'm at Hip Hop Snack on Instagram. Continue to like, subscribe, and share everything I have going on over here. Please be sure to leave a 5-star podcast review on your preferred podcast platform of choice. And then when you finish leaving that review, please go and see what I have going on over at GenerationalWealthUniversity.com, a community that discusses generational wealth, stock options, investing, business strategies, and much more. Until next time, stay tuned, stay focused, and always lead with the hustler's mentality.